Michael Swickard here. Welcome to Enchanting Stories of New Mexico, sponsored by the Fresh Chili Company in Las Cruces, New Mexico. Our award-winning Hatch Green and Red Chili is brought to you from locally owned farms in Hatch, New Mexico, the chili capital of the world. Quote of the day, Willard Scott said, "Everyone complains about the weather, but nobody ever seems to do anything about it." Well, that's true. Speaking about weather, this chili growing season is hotter than normal. The Hatch Valley chili farmers live a somewhat challenging life when it comes to the weather. They already had a bout of hailstones a few weeks ago, which did some damage but didn't destroy their crops since chili plants are quite resilient. But it is hotter than normal in the fields. What that extra hot did was cause the chili pepper plants that were started early and transplanted into the fields to mature sooner than expected. Now, that's not really a bad thing, just it wasn't planned that way. By the chili maturing early, the chili farmers were able to start the chili harvest early. That's good. Now, there's been some of what can be called heat stress, and the farmers are working through that challenge. The chili peppers at the Fresh Chili Companies are grown by Scott Adams, a fourth-generation Hatch Valley farmer. Scott uses a drip water system for the chili, which has proven to be the best hydration for the chili development. But the heat stress on some of the plants have caused some chili peppers to become red earlier than normal or desired. There will still be plenty, and I do mean it, plenty of that wonderful Hatch Valley chili. But there's a question which we have been asked a number of times. Why in southern New Mexico are we experiencing this unusual heat? It happens every 20 or 30 or 35 years. It's tied to the monsoon season in southern New Mexico, or the lack of it. My good buddy Bob Endlich has been a meteorologist for 50-some years, and I wrote him an email, and he wrote back, and here's what he said. The monsoon has yet to start, and this monsoon season might never really get started in the classic way with the subtropical ridge, the high pressure that forms the Sun Belt. It's yet to reach the usual July-August position north of Santa Fe, New Mexico, or on the New Mexico-Colorado border. Bob Endlich continued his analysis about the upcoming weather in our area. The charts for the next 10 days in New Mexico do not indicate the strong winds from the southeast direction, which normally brings Gulf Coast moisture to New Mexico. That said, the monsoon season this year might just be a fizzle completely and leave us with only spotty showers, not widespread gully washers that usually accompany the monsoon in southern New Mexico. It has happened previously, but not often. So that's what's happening and why it's happening. Here at the Fresh Chili Company, we have plenty of chili for your dining pleasure. Enjoy our chili, and let's all pray for some of that wonderful cooling rain. And good news, if you use checkout code podcast15, you get 15% off your order this week. When I get done, you can shop for some and get a little discount because you listen to the podcast. Some really good chili news. This week, the Fresh Chili Company is roasting our 2023 Big Gem Special Reserve release of the Hatch Green Chili variant in a 16-ounce jar. We're roasting right now as I speak. Varietal means that this product will only be made with Big Gem chili, a select chili. It's very popular. It's really popular in my house. A little background on Big Gem green chili. It is, again, as I say, my favorite chili. In 1975, Big Gem was listed in the Guinness Book of World Records as having the largest chili pots, which is perfect for chili rellenos. It was developed by chili researcher Dr. Roy Nakayama at New Mexico State University, a hybrid of New Mexico chili peppers and a Peruvian pepper that Nakayama and fellow researcher Jim Lytle were able to combine over a couple years. Big Jim was named for Jim Lytle, who died unexpectedly at that time. I talked about Dr. Roy Nakayama on a Wednesday podcast a couple of weeks ago. You can always go and look. On Wednesdays, we talk about people who are important, and you can find this on the website of the Fresh Chili Company. Remember, if you use checkout code PODCAST15, you get 15% off your order this week. Speaking of good chili, this last week we were processing Sandia Select, which is a hot green chili in a 16-ounce jar. There's a smile every time you open one of these chili jars. When you want your food to be about as hot as the weather, Sandia Select is a really good choice. Again, use the checkout code PODCAST15. You get 15% off your order this week. Michael Swickert here with Enchanting Stories of New Mexico, sponsored by the Fresh Chili Company in Las Cruces. Hit subscribe to automatically get these podcasts. Now, fishing in New Mexico. Got good news about that. The New Mexico Department of Game and Fish is committed to maintaining the quality of New Mexico's fisheries and improving the fish habitat and restoring native sport fishes, while also providing outstanding recreational angling opportunities for the public. Anglers can find a variety of warm water species, largemouth and smallmouth bass, walleye, white bass, catfish, bluegills, perch, and pike. They are in the New Mexico lakes and reservoirs. They also have several varieties of trout in the lakes, rivers, and streams. They raise and stock, now get this, more than 2 million fish each year to provide recreational fishing in many of the state's popular waters. Successful reintroduction and stocking efforts have increased fishing opportunities for native Rio Grande cutthroats, Gila trout, tiger muskie, and others. There is also angler education fishing clinics, if you're interested in that offer basic fishing skill clinics. You can go to the New Mexico Game and Fish to see where they are. Out-of-state anglers must purchase an annual fishing license or a one-day license or a 5-day license. You have to have a license if you're out there fishing. The fishing license is April 1st to March 31st of the next year. Now, it's not required for 11-year-olds and youngers. You get a license online at the New Mexico Game and Fish website. Now, here's good news for people like me. 70 years of age or older, your fishing license is free. Now, if you have fish for dinner and use the Fresh Chili Company products to enhance it, take a picture and post it and the recipe on the Fresh Chili Company Facebook page. You could be famous for having a really good recipe for fresh chili and fish. Now today, tomorrow, and Sunday, today is August 4th, it's the last escape of Billy the Kid pageant and old Lincoln days in historic Lincoln, New Mexico. The cool mountains of Lincoln County and lots of tourist stuff to do. This pageant's been going on since the 1940s. You know, the famous painter Peter Hurd was the first person to ever play Billy the Kid in the pageant. Lincoln County used to be about a quarter the size of the state before many counties were carved out of it. The town of Lincoln, a long time ago in the 70s and 80s of the 1870s and 1880s, was a powerhouse, and that's when the last escape of Billy the Kid happened. The Lincoln area is very historic, including where Fort Stanton was an Army fort many years ago. That's now a regional airport. And if you're going to Lincoln, New Mexico, you are close to Capitan. I think it's about 12 miles to the west. Birthplace, so to speak of Smokey Bear, has a great museum. You also are in the Sierra Blanca area with Ruidoso. I could go on and on about all the fun in the mountains, and the temperatures are much better than in the flatlands. Now, one thing for sure is all chili peppers are not the same. Some have more or less taste heat, and others have more of a sweet taste. Well, now, the same is true for onions. And New Mexico State University is one of 2 universities in our nation that really concentrates on researching the different varieties of onions and breeding onions. They do so for taste, ability to resist onion diseases, and to deal with stuff tied to growing and harvesting the onions. Now, there's a term that is used, sweet onions. Those are onions that are not as strong, not as pungent as other onions. Here in our area and for sale at the Fresh Chili Company are sweet onions that are near the end of the season, so you have to get them quick. I did, and I'm really enjoying those sweet onions. Now, these sweet onions are also used in the development of a new product at the Fresh Chili Company. It is Hatch Sweet Onion Dressing. Have I tried it? Oh, yes, and it is ever so good. I put it on mashed potatoes, put it on steaks that I'm grilling. About 10% of the onions grown in our area are sweet in nature, meaning they're not as strong, which is what some people like me. So if this sounds good, the Hatch Sweet Onion Dressing, you should give it a try. Use the checkout code podcast15 to get 15% off your order this week. New Mex Sweet is the holding name for several of these onion varieties that have high productivity, low pungency, and are disease tolerant as compared to other onions. New Mexico State University researchers have been working on onions clear back to the days of Fabian Garcia in the 1920s, who started many of the programs for chili peppers, pecans, and onions. Now, there's many competitors, of course, all over the United States. The onions are constantly being evaluated and adjustments made to make them best for the consumer and also best for the commercial operations. Again, the Fresh Chili Company has fresh New Mex sweet onions for sale. They were at the end of the season, but they still have some. And then we have a new product. It is a great new product, which is the Hatch Sweet Onion Dressing, and I'm sure you will enjoy it. Michael Swickert here with Enchanting Stories of New Mexico. One thing that happens when people live in Las Cruces or happen to be visiting our little slice of paradise, they can come by the Fresh Chili Company gift shop at 1160 El Paseo Road, Suite D7A in Las Cruces. It's open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Now, I need to tell you about some other products that you can get there or you can get online. Fresh Chili Company has a lovely local honey with Hatch red chili, hot honey that's great on biscuits. Now, French fries are ever so much greater with the Fresh Chili Company's Hatch-Up, which is ketchup with Hatch red chili. Come and browse, and you'll find many surprises there. Again, Monday through Saturday, the Fresh Chili Company gift shop, 1160 El Paseo Road, Suite D7A in Las Cruces, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. This is Michael Swickert with Enchanting Stories of New Mexico, brought to you by the Fresh Chili Company. Thank you for your time today. We'll have lots of news and stories about New Mexico for you on these podcasts. If you have something or someone you'd like me to talk about, write to Michael at freshchilico.com. That's Michael at freshchilico.com. Have a great rest of your day. Oh, yes, and eat plenty of that good Hatch Valley chili. Like I always say, some chili is good, more is better. Bye for now.